All right, guys, we are here with Daniel from Akston Hughes, the creator of the SVR. It's a real honor to talk with you here at Vapefest. I just kind of wanted to talk with you about the SVR and what was your inspiration for that? How did it, how did it begin, and kind of where is it right now?
You know, we had been involved since the very beginning. We were some of the first pioneers back in the compressed air and ultrasonic nebulizer phase of the industry. And as I was going through, you know, building up a collection of people's stuff, I had my family, we live in northern Michigan, and we cut firewood all summer. And we have 4 families on one property. And so me and my dad cut the wood for everybody. And I have great devices, but my complaint was that when we're out cutting wood, there's no convenient way. I have to take my device, put it in a case. Bunch of stuff. Yeah. I need everything all in one right now. I've got maybe 30 seconds to take a hit before we're gonna go to the next, site to go get more wood and do stuff. And so I needed a whole new design ethic. And so we kind of came up with this idea of one day, one charge, everything you need. And so you've got 1400 to 1800 mAh in the chamber. You've got 2.5 milliliters. You've got the cap. And then we said, well, it should be a tool grade appliance in order to endure this type of lifestyle. And so we tried to push the design ethic up a level. And as we went through this, I had to partner with more experienced electrical engineers. And so we said, well, let's push the safety features up a level. Let's produce the first smart PCB. So our PCB actually reads your battery configuration and adapts your over and under voltage protection. Our OVP is a different configuration. We put an internal fusing mechanism, really trying to make a tool grade appliance. And then we said, well, aesthetically, what do we want to do? And the idea was as simple as possible, nothing extra. And so how do you communicate with the voltage controller? We came up with the ringed LED as a mechanism of just one button, everything one button, simple, 3-step voltage control, simple.
Just by number of presses, and then...
Exactly. Well, it's you press the button 3 times, it changes voltage. 3 times, it changes voltage. There's some other devices, which I love, have a lot of features for a high-end user. And they have different button combinations that you press to access different features. And we said, I don't need that. I need to vape reliably now, on the subway, on the bus, wherever I'm gonna go. And then we said aesthetically, from Carhartt, which is workwear, to Armani, which is like Armani. Right. So we wanted to come up with one aesthetic that could work both ways. So for a guy in a Carhartt, it's just another tool. For a guy in an Armani, it like fits. For a woman in a nice little bag, it works going out to the opera. It works on a diaper table. It's, functionally and aesthetically, we removed everything extraneous and are just left with the essence of a device.
One thing that they'll probably see in a lot of other sites is just like a big cloud of vapor, or like but it just kind of represents is that sort of a next step for you in the way e-cigs are going to be in people's lives? Is just it doesn't have to be something that we're just kind of like blasting at people all the time, but it's more just something that you can enjoy.
I figure I smoked, and I was one of the smokers who liked smoking. I did not feel bad about smoking. I knew I was doing something I maybe shouldn't be doing, but it wasn't a hobby. Smoking wasn't a hobby, it was part of my life.
Right.
And I do think for some of us, there will always be hobbyists, always be innovators in the e-cig world. But for the mainstream user, for myself, I mean, I am a hobbyist. I'm in the industry, so I guess I'm a professional. But I want vaping to be a part of my life, not the center of my life. I want to go to a movie and pull out my PV and not have accoutrement. I don't want to have a bunch of things. It should complement my life.
there's nothing. I have nothing against it, nothing bad to say. But I mean, you do feel like you can need a Batman utility belt a lot of times these days. So that's an awesome idea. With the SVR, kind of where are you guys looking to go with it next? Are you guys going to continue to release devices that are different, or kind of just continue to improve on the model that you've found so far?
We will continue to listen. We read the comments, we talk to the reviewers, we say, what can we do to improve this? And then now that we've gotten to a point where it's functional, where people like the performance and they're like, wow, this is amazing. So we begin to just, let me answer that in another way. We have a ton of stuff in development that's all like behind closed doors.
Oh, of course,
so we have a lot of stuff. Our development cycle is 8 to 12 months from drawing to a finished product. That's our existing. We may get better at that. I don't know.
Well, it takes time.
You know,
things right. Absolutely.
One thing that I can say is we're working on bringing as much production as possible domestically. We're in Michigan, and there's equipment sitting idle, and we're negotiating with people and attempting to bring as much production so that we can have the best quality control. And then we're working on, the EMSS spec. We've been working with that and just adapting and evolving. So I would say every 4 to 6 months you'll see new products from Akston Hughes.
So it's in moving your production to the United States is something that you see just as from a quality standpoint, and also just a standpoint of having that in the United States. It's just a really cool thing. I think a lot of people in this room at Vapefest would agree.
There's a lot of advantages. I'm not. Ethnicity plays no part in my judgment. I just see it as the planet, and if you're the best at what you do, you're the guy I want to work with. I would say on our team we have 3 people. It's me, my sister, and her husband, and he's a jeweler. And when we can, I think we're one of the only teams in the country that can actually cast prototypes. We don't have to lathe things. We can actually make hard castings of stuff. I can't do that. He can. He's better at me. My engineer is better than me. Everybody on the team is better than me at what they do. I'm good at what I do.
Right.
But bringing stuff home to America allows us to create jobs. Right now we've created 3 jobs domestically. I want to create more. It gives us, it's like I always give these meandering answers. The truth is it'll give us a bigger lead time before our products are cloned. That's like,
I think a lot of people know this, what's going on.
We produce overseas and our stuff is cloned 3 to 6 weeks. If we can take the quality control, we get better quality control. We have absolute, like I can't show I used to show my drawings to everybody, and it's like a person will sell my product a week before I even finished it because I showed them the drawing. And we've been involved in the industry for a while. This is our first, this is what we call a market entrant, where we're putting our name on stuff that we're doing, and so we have better quality control, we create jobs domestically, and we create a bigger lead time in the cloning process, the clone and copy process.
That's awesome, man. And I know whatever you guys are working on next, people will be just listening with open ears for
I hope so.
any whisper of what's going on, man. How's Vapefest been for you so far?
Oh, it's been, somebody said to me, it's nice to see the way the vendors compete here, because the Vapefest is unique in that you have a lot of guys who they're not stores, they're designers, developers, creators. It's a collection of some of the most innovative people in the industry. And it was interesting, somebody said, it's neat to say the way the different designers compete with each other, because they're not competing for sales, they're competing for quality.
Yeah.
And it's like, Chris and Matt, E-Pipes Mods, and Cherry Vape did this amazing new,
you
guys saw that, the 2 cent
battery fuse, yeah.
It's
awesome.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And seeing, how is it? It's been an inspiration. That's all I can say. All these designers
So you see a lot of collaborative efforts going on. As much as you see this as a trade show and event, is it anything else is on the positive side?
It's just like, I mean, I'm a designer and I look at these other guys' designs and I just am inspired to push harder, you know, do better, continue to grow and evolve and see the amazing stuff. It's just,
I think we can all agree we need to see a little bit more of that in this industry, is the way things can turn out sometimes. But it's really great to hear that perspective on it, man. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us about Akston Hughes or the SVR.
you know, we were talking about this last night. The website, when you go to the website, the graphic art was done by our customers. So that's something that I think is cool.
Yeah.
Like we're, you know, I wanted to take the moment to say thank you to everybody who sent in pictures that have made it to our Facebook page and our website, and just give those people the respect, you know, because it's like, people say, oh, it's so slick. And it's like, that was made by our people who use our product, took pictures and sent them to us.
It meant enough to them for them to do that.
You know, so it's like,
awesome.
It's so cool.
Yeah, that is really awesome, man. Well, thanks again, Daniel.
Thank you.
It's been great.
Thank
Thanks,
you, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.